Hello, we return. Welcome back to Apocalypse Keys, everybody. When we left off, no big deal. So was just summoning their cosmic and elder self to come and thwart this time wolf, as I am now calling him.
Time wolf. This poor creature.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I feel bad.
I do. I feel bad about it, but also, yes, I just wants to punch something. 100%. So just to reestablish where we all are, Brandon is passed out in Celine's arms, or near Celine in some fashion. And so Civ and their maker are like, doing their thing over there on the side. The three-headed wolf, which is supposed to be important in some fashion for the choosing ritual, is in the middle of being they're just being unraveled. Like reality is just coming apart. We won't go into detail, but it's grotesque body horrorness. And so Ember, yeah, you just watched Civ become their horror cosmic self further pulling away from you while this future with Celine is becoming stronger. There's a lot going on. I'm gonna say, like, before we go back to Civ, because like I wanna see what other people will do first. Civ, you and your maker are just like going at it, right? Like you see,
yeah, totally.
I'm thinking there's a very cool fight going on between the two of you. Like they start to pull out. They pull out like a sword that looks like it's made up of like a very similar, not the same, but a very similar energy. And they look very pleased to see you in this state.
Mm-hmm.
So Celine, what do you do?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so the wolf is being handled by Ember. Civ is currently fighting their maker. And I think what's the character's name? Celine. God, brains. I think Celine's gonna start dragging Brandon out of the way. Just because he doesn't need to be in this mess. He's passed out right now. Let the boy rest.
Yeah, you still have one hold.
Oh,
you can use it to, so you could use it to, you have all these other delicious options. You can shield a PC or NPC from danger. You can move through barriers or restraints, or you can allow yourself to reach out to the ancient door of power.
I think I'm going to shield Brandon from this because the boy's been through enough. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna put him in an area that he's not going to be in a part of this anymore.
Yeah, just to make sure that I'm gonna say, like, as you notice that as he sticks close to you, there's a part of him that's just very open and vulnerable. You realize it's like the same like place where the werewolf was like just feeding from them, right? Just pulling out that energy constantly. So this bright, vulnerable energy that you can tap into, right? That you can sense. And you can give him a part of your power to make sure he stays protected. What does that look like?
I think as she sees like this open wound, she's going to gently just put a hand on it. And it's going to glow. Her eyes are going to glow and like her hand's going to glow. And I think it's just residual energy that's left behind. So instead of it healing up or anything like that, it actually is like a glowing scarred, not like really a scar, but like it's just a glowing protection, like bandage in a way that stays.
And then you see him like slowly start to wake up, like come to, and he looks confused. Like he's looking at, why are there two professors? And why are they fighting each other? Like he's so confused, and he looks up at you, and they're like, what do I? And he's like so beaten up. He's like really not in a good place. And he says, I should help. Like you can see he's trying to figure out what he can do to help the situation. What do you tell him? Yeah.
I think she's gonna like, as he's looking up, she's gonna like basically just cup the side of his face gently and be like, You've done a lot now. Please rest.
And he looks at you confused, and then that's when you see poor Mickey is like on the side going like, "Psst, Brandon, and like Mickey's like on the ground. His powers haven't shown yet. Like I've noticed that he's the only NPC kid who we haven't seen what he does. And he's like, "Brandon, come here. I got you. Listen to the pretty lady." Like it takes Brandon by the hand. Says, "Don't worry. I got this." Like he's in superhero mode, right? "Oh, I'll take care of Brandon." Like they both.
Nice.
Oh, kids, teens. And I think she's gonna see that and she's gonna nod and like leave Brandon with Mickey and stand slowly and like, you know, one of those heroics, like it's now time to face. And she's gonna like start making her way back.
Nice. And I think the last thing you hear is Mickey saying, "Don't worry, Mr. Santos is going to help us." Right.
I forgot he was still here.
He has his hands full, like, working on stuff on the other end. But yeah, for sure. Okay. So Celine, as you walk back, Ember, what do you do? Like you see this happening in front of you, unraveling werewolf, Civ and Maker at it.
Yeah. I feel like the werewolf has sort of been undone by Civ's action, and Ember's understanding was that this wolf was meant to consume all of this energy, and then make it for the creation of presumably Civ. But also there's like Freddy Santos, who like kind of feels like he had his future stolen from him, and like Rose was chosen last time. So this is just Ember. This is just Ember asserting. I don't know if this is true or not, but she like puts the butt of the glaive, like the back of the hilt, against like the back of its neck as it's like stumbling and unraveling, and she says, "You will give it back. You will give back all the power that you stole." And I would like to try and I want to unleash the dark. I think I feel like it's unleashing the dark. It's really just a threat of her colossal strength, of all of her friends and their power. I don't think it's so much a power using a power of darkness per se, but before this thing dies, she wants it to like give back all of these like lost opportunities, all of this like stolen time that it took from people, including and in particularly Freddy Santos. Like I really feel like he got like his like Cape Cod vacation stolen, and I want him to have it back.
He was gonna go fishing.
He was. So I feel like when you unleash the dark, when you enforce within you to enforce your will on somebody, yeah, I feel like this is a kind of a mixture of physical and social pressure to give it back. I don't know if you can, but don't matter. Ember thinks you can, so she's gonna try and they can give it up. And I think I have, when you unleash the dark through anger and violence, take 3 darkness tokens before doing so. It's not super violent, but it's definitely angry. Because she's saying give it back all the times you've stolen. But what she really feels in her heart is give me back the time I had with Civ when everything was cool and before all this went bad. She can't get that back. That's her own doing. But in her mind, it's give it back. It's all sorts of angry. So yeah, I'm just going to keep riding the darkness token pool, which is what I do. And I'm going to spend 3.
Yeah.
Because I had 4. I'm going to get 3 and I'm going to spend it again because that's someone getting angry. And let's see what I got. I got another 9. I thought it was the same one, but it's a new roll.
Yeah. Okay. So on a 9, you get to choose 2.
Yeah. Let's do it. Well, I really want. I want to get what I want from them. That's the big one. I want them to give back the stolen time that they took from peoples.
I will say that if you choose to inflict a condition, it'll take them out completely. They will no longer be a threat.
Yeah, I feel like the wolf is like ready to. I feel like the focus is ready to shift to Civ's creator. So I would like to actually say that this is probably happening at the same time. So we get this like dynamic, like, you know, I'm fighting, you know, like as Civ is going sword fighting with their creator. This is happening because I'm not going to choose avoid reprisals. So I imagine that there's going to be some, there's going to be some bad stuff. It's not going to go down easily. So yes, that's what I'll choose. They take a condition, and also I get what I want.
Perfect. And so as you say that, it like pulls up, and with the Lassivic strength, I imagine it fully coming at you, like just like there's this battle that like breaks out between the two of you. It just keeps coming at you, clawing at you. Because this is Ember, I imagine you taking out weapon after weapon. Or do you just use your mother's glaive? Do you not use any other weapon?
I think I feel like we just have to, like, the gimmick like every episode they're like, yeah, but we got to use the weapons gimmick. So I feel like Ember is using the glaive and she's blocking it, but at one point it catches the blade in its teeth. Like one head like catches the blade and or catches the shaft maybe, and like it's like pulling it away. And so like it's in one of her hands, and then it's like about to get her, and suddenly like another sword like appears in her hand, you know, and she like bats it back, and then there's a lance and she runs it through, and you know, so she's still holding onto her mother's weapon, but she just keeps pulling weapons out of the ether to fend off its attacks.
Perfect.
So,
Yeah. I can't imagine like this hardcore Mortal Kombat anime moment where you like throw up the glaive at one moment, call another weapon, use it, catch the glaive again before it lands over and over again. Yes. As you really go at it.
The CGI budget for this one was heavy. Was high.
Yeah. We saved it because like last time we just had a cult thing going on, like nothing too major, right? Totally. Most of the effects was like Civ, so we're totally this episode we're going all out. And so as that's happening, you can feel like you're cutting away at everything that this creature has like taken over the years, and you can see these children, these teenagers, just time and time again. I will say there's an opportunity to grasp keys if you want to like take a closer look at what you see, but you can see this werewolf like hunting them, stalking them over and over again, choosing one over and over again. Like this has happened dozens of times, and each time you cut away you can see that time return. And there's a moment when you see Freddy, like a younger Freddy, like standing at the doorway, and he's saying something, but you can't hear what it is that he says before the door closes. But you get what you want from them. You feel the time breaking apart around this creature returning to where it was stolen from. But the werewolf is like fighting you with everything that it has, with its power as it starts to fade. Mark another condition. How are you feeling?
Can I say, because I think I will try to grasp for keys. I think I'm going to cut back to Jen, but I think I will grasp for keys. So what I would love to do is when I see the door closing, like through this time rift, Ember sticks her foot in the door. She like jars the door, but she is then stuck in place, and then it just gets to freaking clobber her, right? Like she's like frozen in place. She was doing all this awesome sword fighting, you know, weapon in each hand and fighting away, and then like she holds it there, and like the door is there, but then she is defenseless. So we just see Ember go like flying like through a wall. It just absolutely clobbers her, and I think I'm going to take. I felt like the condition I was going to take earlier was raging, but actually I think it may be seeing all these lost possibilities. I think it might be despairing, you know, seeing all these things that could have been, and also knowing that she's fighting for everyone else's futures, but not her own. Makes me so sad. Makes me so sad.
So good. Love all this angst. We love to see it. Perfect.
And then I think if I defeat it, when it comes for the killing blow, you know, and that constant like movie fight rules is that like the bad guy or the foe always has to be taken out right when it looks like they have the upper hand and they're about to finish off. So I think like Ember is just completely in rubble and defenseless, or so it appears, and the wolf leaps up and is going to like pounce on her and like tear her apart. And just in the middle of the air, the glaive appears and it impales it, and it just is impaled on her mother's glaive. Yeah.
Nice. I like it.
Which is like the first time she's ever summoned the same weapon twice, for whatever it means. You know, like it was scattered and she called it back.
Perfect. Okay, so we'll cut to Civ, and then we'll cut back to you later for the Grasping Keys to see where that is. So Civ, as we cut back, we see, what does it look like with you and your maker fighting each other? Like, how is the fight unfolding?
I mean, Civ is just trying to wreck him. I don't know what he's doing. If he's just like evading her and generally relishing in this, because I don't think Civ has ever. They've never fought like this before, right? Civ is generally like a, let me reach out and see how people are feeling kind of a person. And I usually leave the violence up to my friends. They're so good at it.
They're very good at it.
So yeah, I think I'm trying to wreck him. And I'm probably wrecking the building in the process.
Yeah. In fact, I think what's happening is like as your weapon like hits the walls and destroys parts of the house responds to the two of you, right? And so there's a part of you that would think, because the two of you are here, the house is responding to both of you, there should be a contradiction of some kind, but the two of you, your minds are in perfect sync as you fight. The house is responding.
Why would I not be in sync with the person I hate?
And so these corridors, like it's this labyrinth that's being built, right? And it's separating you further and further from Celine and Ember as the house moves around you. Mm-hmm.
Jen, is there a moment where, like, I think last we said, like, you just your arm, one of your arms.
Yeah, I was just gonna say this. Like, I feel like every time I land a blow on my maker, like the camera cuts and you see like a little more turning to stone, a little more turning to stone.
I definitely want like a big stone colonnade that like your maker is standing in front of, and like you swing and he just barely ducks, and your stone arm just like busts this giant, colonnade apart, and rubble goes flying. Back when it was ye olde times, right?
Yep.
You know, like the old, when it was a castle.
Yep.
Perfect. I love it so much. And each time that happens, you can just see him looking very satisfied. Like he's just very pleased. He's like avoiding your blows. You can see like there's sometimes he allows himself to receive one just to see what it'll feel like.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to feel your strength as it measures up to it. And so I'm gonna say like we're gonna have to unleash the dark and see how this goes.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. So I am gonna spend 2. I have 4. Gonna spend 2. I had 2 dice.
I forgot you had telekinesis.
I just picked it up.
Oh, you just picked it up. Nice.
I just picked it up because I had XP from last session, and I was like, well, what do I do? And then I was like, oh, this is a great time to pick up a new power.
That's perfect.
So I got an 8.
Ooh, nice.
So that worked out well for me.
Perfect. Awesome. So as you what does it look like as you enforce your will? Is it like a physical thing or more of are you speaking to him? Right.
Yeah, I think I'm still trying to hit him and punch him, but I think the real attack is coming telepathically, right?
Ooh, nice.
And so if we have an unlimited budget here, there's 2 fights happening, right? There's the in the head fight and then the in the house fight.
Yes.
And
astral projection, whatever.
Yeah.
Time wizards.
Time wolves.
Time wolf.
Yeah. So I think I am. Oh my god. I think it's the fight happening in my head. I think is actually probably me trying to tear down the wall that's in front of him, because there's this wall that I've just never been able to get past. And I'm trying to tear it down or punch a hole in it or something. And I think I get to choose 2, right? Yes.
I'm also going to say that Rebel Yell by Billy Idol is playing in the background. Just
amazing.
put that out
Yes.
You're so good at this, Joey.
I really love 80s music so much.
I want to get what I want from him, which is fucking answers. Like, why? Why did you make me? What do you want from me? Why?
Ooh, that makes sense. Yeah. And what's the second thing you're going to choose?
Yeah. I think I think I want to gain the upper hand.
Nice.
The pragmatist in me says avoid reprisals, but that's not where Civ's head is at right now.
She's a wrecking crew.
Yeah.
100%.
I am also listening to Rebel Yell at very low volume right now in my earbud as well.
It's so good, right?
Like it definitely helps.
I'm seeing the hits going in like in time with the song. But yeah, and so as that's happening, I think like what we're going to see is telepathically you're ripping through. Let me know if this feels right for Civ, right? Where they are right now in their head, like ripping through his mind to get at his memories, right?
Ooh,
and to figure out what's going on,
yeah.
right? Just to like see it and what's happening. And so you see that there's a moment where he's sitting across from Ember's mom and he says, as long as you have this, as long as you're wearing this, it will protect you from what's going to come. And you see him hand the necklace over to her.
Oh, he totally puts it on her neck, doesn't he? Come on.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure
100%.
he puts it on just
very
like
close. Yeah, 100%. And then the next thing you see is him like surrounded by all these like sculptures, all the stone, and just like over and over again trying to like sculpt something perfect, and it's never quite coming together. And you see Ember's mom standing behind him and saying, "My love, you don't have to push yourself this hard. I cannot escape my fate." And he says, no matter what, I'm going to contain whatever it is that's supposed to hurt you. And so it cuts to like this sculpture that looks exactly like him, which is, and we see like this ritual like being built around you as we see this cosmic energy being poured into you, pulling at this god, the sleeping god. And there's a close-up and he says, I will remake time if I have to, remake all of it. If it means I will recreate a destiny. And so basically, you know that all of this, like what he's doing with you and containing your energy and creating all of this for you, this power, it's all in essence to protect Ember's mother from a destiny that she can't escape.
So that horrible dark god that you just unleashed a little bit, he was trying to he was trying to contain in your stone form so that it could not destroy my mom. Love it. Right? Does that track? Does that sound?
Yes.
Amazing.
So as you do that, and so the upper hand you get is that you see him standing like in front of you in these memories, looking very vulnerable, and he stares at you, and for the first time he doesn't have that insufferable like I know everything that's going on look on his face, right? And he looks at you and he says, "And so, my little rebel, what are you going to do with this information?"
I think in the real world fight, we see Civ's stone hand she swings and the camera tricks you into thinking she's going to punch him, but it like redirects and she punches into the ground, right? And the stone just cracks all around. And she just like sinks to her knees and she's actually fucking crying because she's not completely, her face is in stone right now. And she just looks up at him with this like sort of broken look and says, "Why didn't you just tell me?"
And he looks at you and he kneels down next to you because before this moment, you were never real to me. So please mark a condition.
Yes, correct. We're gonna say unreachable. Unreachable or obsessed? Unreachable. Sure.
I feel like if like the stone crawls up to your face, and now you're stone faced again, and you can no longer cry, and your expressions go away. I don't know if that's exciting to you, but unreachable sounds.
I like it. I'm gonna add to it and say one of the tears like stonifies as the transformation happens. So like I just have a stone tear hanging out on my face now.
Fucking goth kid. I love it so much. a tear frozen in stone.
Oh god, that reminds me of like the Lita fashion where they have like the gold and metallic tears.
Yeah.
Love it. That's so goddamn metal.
Yeah. Before this moment, you weren't real to me. Wow.
Oof.
Man.
Oof.
What do I fucking do with this? I wanted my answers and I got them. Yep.
Yeah, I think this is a good moment for Civ to like absorb what's going on.
Yeah, I think Celine and Ember should do their thing because Civ's just going to be kind of a mess for a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So we cut back because like the house is just like swallowed whole, Civ and their maker, right? And so we see like Ember is still stuck like in this weird time thing. Celine, I'm going to say you can see it from where you are, right? Like you can see like hollow mirrors, right? And you can see where the time has cracked around Ember, and you can see what she's doing, that she has her foot in this door, and you can see there's Freddy like frozen in time, this younger version of Freddy. He looks like around the same age as the other kids here. So either of you can grasp keys.
Yeah, I'd like us to do it together, and I'd specifically like Celine to have this moment where she sees Ember like alive and okay, but like with this wolf on top of her, and you know, it's like collapsed on top of her, and she's like pulling it off of her, and that's the real Ember. But there's a time split multiverse Ember that has her foot stuck in the door, and this is an Ember where there's nothing. This is maybe an Ember where we had something. Like this is a who knows who this Ember is. This is an Ember that there's no real consequences to, because this isn't the real Ember. This is a time fragment who will disappear, but an opportunity to ask questions of what could have possibly happened.
I kind of want to do a reveal your heart with this Ember.
That's true.
Yeah, let's do it.
Just because I think if seeing that and having the emotions to that Ember happens, I think that would happen. But also, I have a move that I have not used yet, and I really want to. And it's called like a moth to the flame. When you reveal your heart to someone, you may first tell them how you could destroy them. If you do, take 3 darkness tokens before rolling.
Oh my goodness.
Perfect.
I'm trying to show everything all at once. Where is this? I have to show this move.
It's further down. Like moth to a flame. It's a small.
There we go. Yes, got it.
There it is.
First, tell them how you could destroy them. Okay, awesome.
So I think Celine goes up to this Ember, the one with the foot on the door.
How do you prefer this Ember to be? Is this Madonna Ember? Is this Ember in her normal form? Is this a younger Ember?
I think this Ember in her normal form, because that's the one she fell for.
Yeah, cool.
Honestly, yeah. So flaming hair, black armor.
Yep. Like fresh recruit. You just brought her to the division.
Yeah.
Young, innocent Ember.
Young, and
not innocent, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh god, and I think she comes over to help open up the door. Is that what we're doing? We're opening the door?
Yeah. Her foot's like stuck in the door, but like Freddy was trying to, I don't know. Yeah. Push it open.
I think her hands, I think she moves her hands to Ember's wrist, just not to hold it back, but just more just to get her attention.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's like, yeah. And she just looks at her and she's like, oh God, how do I word words? How do I?
While you're thinking about it, I'm going to say, because Blake suggested Eyes Without a Face by Billy Idol, and I think that's perfect for this moment. So I'm just going to say yes.
Yeah.
All this sad music.
Yeah.
I think she's going to state, because one of my things too for my darkness, what the darkness wants from me is never fall in love. So I think she's like, and I don't even know where all this timing why was messing with her head, different times, different people. Yeah. I think she's just fragmented. And
Ember pushes her hair back, and you can see her hands go through the flames, and she like pushes it back behind her. Like there's like a bit of her face and her neck that's sort of like exposed. Like normally the flames kind of like coruscant around her, and they're so deadly, right? Like that's the weapon she'll never use is her. But when she pushes it back, like she's exposed beneath it, and like she is very tender in that moment as she's sort of exposing herself to you.
Yeah.
I'm going to say you might not even need to use words in this moment. It's still revealing your heart.
But also, no, but I still need to, I kind of want to do the, I could destroy you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I think she's going to do that, and she's just going to stare at her and just like take it in, and then close her eyes, inhale gently, deeply, and be like, this will never happen. And just moves her hand from her and just goes to the door and just rips it open. Like starts working under it. But yeah, the reveal your heart is just the tenderness that she has, but also she realizes this can never be.
Can we get a if it's okay, I don't want to push, but can we get a kiss in there that happens? And then when
Sean,
you push her back,
one kiss not enough for you, Sean?
No, it's not. This is alternate Ember. This isn't the real Ember.
Okay, so
I just want to start the idea that if you say this can never happen, then this time fragment of Ember could disappear, and then real Ember could come from like, let's go do this thing. And so there's this moment. If that sounds cool to you,
I think she's gonna look at her and then like lean in for a kiss.
Oh yeah.
And just say, like, the moment happens, and she's gonna slowly pull away, do that deep inhale as like she's realizing, brain, no, not right. This need to focus, and then be like, this can never happen.
Yeah, and I think that timeline of Ember just like fades away. She like turns all hexagonal and like fractal and like just sort of dissipates, and like that time never happened except for to you.
Yeah,
you got to experience it. But.
Yeah,
and then you hear like Ember be like, "Oh my god, this thing!" and like flings the giant werewolf off of.
But let's see if like this other Ember gets a glimpse of it, maybe. So let's roll to reveal your heart.
Oh yeah.
I'm rolling.
We forgot about that.
So I take my +3 to the Moth with Flame, and I think I'm only gonna spend 2 for reveal your heart.
Sure.
I got a 9.
Nice.
I'm going
you were doing so. Okay, I'm not going to say anything else.
Yeah.
GM's not allowed to jinx it. GM is not allowed to say anything. Yeah. Okay, so your words reach them. Choose one. If they're a PC and they choose to deepen the connection further, they choose one too. And I'm going to say, like, what happens is as this other Ember starts to fade, we see this, the current real quotation mark Ember start to come through. Mm-hmm. So what do you choose, Celine?
I think having this moment really just helped my feelings for Ember in some sort of fashion. And I think I'm going to clear a condition.
Ooh, which one do you clear?
Yeah. I actually don't think I took one originally whenever I what you call it?
With the last mirror crashing thing.
Yeah.
No, whenever I shielded an NPC, I was supposed to take a condition in, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And I was gonna take obsessed,
Mm-hmm.
but I think now I'm gonna get rid of obsessed. So
that seems good.
yeah,
nice. Perfect.
And if they're a PC and they choose to deepen the connection further, or they choose one too, I'm going to say that real Ember saw that and like didn't have the experience, but like saw you push her away. And we know real Ember from from season 1 Ember, because season 2 Ember had a different hairstyle. So season 1 Ember's hairstyle was I think her hairstyle more or less follows Sydney Bristow. So season 1 like was like long shoulder length hair. Season 2 she's cut it shorter, and now it's so we know, you know, newer Ember because of her shorter hair. And and she gets up and then sees you push away. So I'm going to say they taught me something important, which is it's never going to happen, and I'm going to mark XP.
Oh, dang. So good.
Oof.
So good. All right. And so as we see the two of you standing in front of that door, Freddy frozen in time, right? Who is it that's going to grasp keys, like with this tension hanging between the two of you? So I guess the real question is who's going to try to distract themselves first and focus on, you know, try to pull away from these feelings.
I think Celine was doing that anyways, as she was starting to like realize, like, no, we got a job. This is just messing with my head. So I think if it's okay, if Celine goes ahead and goes to get the keys.
Yeah, totally. I think Freddie was your buddy anyway, and so
was he my buddy? Maybe.
Yeah, like he was Sim's buddy, but you
retired.
Yeah, but you and he were like getting along though. Yeah.
So I think I want to say like the currents of time are like trying to slam this door shut, and I think it's Ember's colossal strength that can like hold the door open for you to go in and see what it was. That way, Ember's doing something cool while you're grasping.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, so how many tokens do you want to invest in this?
Well, I've only got actually.
Maybe you triggered one of the other things, though.
I know. I was going to say, I think because of the feeling, she got very I think she's trying to numb herself to her emotions.
That makes sense. Yeah, I feel like that's what you were doing.
Yeah, so I'm going to take 3 more from that. So I'm going to go 4 overall. And then I'll just spend...
I'm going to throw out one more thing. I want to throw out asking someone to punish you for your power. Like... Is that what you did when you're like, no, like this can't happen? Is that a punishment to Celine? I don't know. I don't want to I'm just wondering if that feels to you like it's like this impossibility is a punishment, or if that is.
I mean, it is what the darkness asked of her to like, to not do it. So that's why she's punishing herself in a way.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it was your choice, but.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Just throwing it out there. If that feels right to you, if it feels forced, then
I would say yes. But I did take 4 tokens, or 3 tokens. So let's just stick with those, because we do not need a torn between right now. There's a lot of mess happening.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
Nice.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the key thing. Let's see here. How do I do this again? I'm gonna spend 3, and I got a 6
in total.
Yes. Can I spend bonds? Is that right?
Yeah.
So you have 2 options. You can spend bonds, or like, because this is our key move, you find out more than you were ready for. You may choose to mark ruins to uncover the key anyway. So this will be related to how you become a harbinger. So you can spend bonds to get it up to the sweet spot, or you can mark ruin and we become more angsty as you get the key. So
Do we need? Because I'm already like.
Like, are you at max angst yet? Is the question.
I mean, is Celine ever max?
Yeah. But yeah, you have 3 rune already. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, not that like you're getting close to end, but yeah.
You know what? Let's take that ruin. Let's.
Heck yeah, let's do it.
Save the bonds. Take the rune next.
I have so many bonds, but you know what? I want ruin instead.
You know, you may need those wands for later.
But you have to reveal how you become closer to becoming the harbinger.
Yeah, I will do that. No worries.
Oh, you got this. Okay, good. Because
yeah.
Okay.
I'm here for you. I'm always here, ready with your dark prophecies and tragedies.
You.
So, as you move forward, right, as we see Emperor like holding this door together, like fighting against time to keep it open for you. As you get closer, time moves backwards for a moment to when we saw Freddie talking like to someone past you. And then we hear what Freddie says, and he says, "No matter what, even if I forget all of you, even if I forget all of this, I'm not going to let division hurt us again. I'm not going to let them hurt us again. I promise I'll figure out a way. I'll figure out a way to save all of you, even if I forget." And so the key, let's go into the key first. The key that you get is that Freddie used to be a student. And he somehow managed to leave. And so you realize the rest are trapped. And it's not easy for them to escape. And there's something about memories, because he talked about it like it happens normally. Like they get their memories reset, or they get their memories taken from them in some fashion. But as he turns towards the door, we see like you standing there, an older Celine holding out your hand. Celine, what do you look like as a harbinger?
I think her eyes are just constantly white and glowing now. Her hair's gone to straight white as well. So her dark black brown hair has gone completely white against her tan skin. I think there's like tattoos of like a white glowingness along her skin as well. And trying to think of like, and I think she's just this radiant creature, but it feels like it should be good, but there's just an eeriness that it's not.
Is all of your light behind you cast all of these shadows, and you can see like these monstrous forms in the shadows behind you?
Yep.
Just mother of monster, just throwing them out there. Just...
Give your prophecies to yourself.
Just saying.
Well, you know, Sean was reading my mind, because I was going to say that's Freddie turns. He says, "I'm ready, mother."
What? What? No.
He's like, what?
What?
So just to be clear about how this relates to you, you were the person who cursed a future Celine, a future harbinger Celine, was the one who cursed Freddie and turned him into a monster that he is now. So there's something in you that can turn people into monsters.
Oh my god. The darkness is me sees the darkness in you.
I'm going to write down that note just so we don't forget.
Sounds good.
Okay, we got to know what's going on with them and the creator. But
yeah,
I don't want to cut it short, but I'm just like, what happens?
Civ, are you punching them in the face?
Yeah, and I'll add to that a bit. What people don't see is like after the session, I go like updating all the notes of the NPCs and stuff. Okay, so as we cut back,
so clarify for me: did the maker make me to defend Ember's mother?
Yeah,
Or,
to save her.
okay. From
Yeah. It isn't too specific. What you
Okay.
saw is that you know that the cosmic god that you are is part of like a prophecy or a destiny that's going to destroy
Gotcha.
Ember's mother. Yeah.
And the
so,
maker in making me was trying to avert that. Okay.
Yeah.
I think trying to
Exactly.
contain it, right? Like trying to like
Yeah.
put it in a safer vessel.
But also like, and so now I guess like when we try to solve this mystery, right? The idea is like, why did he want you to have all these powers? Like, why does he want you to give you the ability to create your own kingdom? Like, how does this relate?
Yeah,
right?
why did he keep giving me powers if he doesn't want, if I might be the one to kill him? I'm still confused.
Yeah, I mean, technically we have like 7 keys. So if you want to try like unlocking Doom's door at a +1, or we could, something.
I have a theory that he needed to sate you. You know, this cosmic god needs to be sated, and so this is how to keep a god at bay, is to give them a kingdom of heaven. You know, make them be like, you got it all, and
keep feeding them stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's just a.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, Civ is not in a place to try to grasp keys or figure anything out.
Absolutely.
I think Civ is fairly defeated and pretty much just wants to GTFO. So, like, after some amount of whatever Stone does to cry for a while, like, they just sort of stand up and start walking towards the front door of the house, and like, God save anybody who tries to get in their way.
Yeah, and I think like as you do that, you just see your maker like standing behind you. There's a moment where like he thinks about reaching out towards you, but instead he pulls his hand back and he retreats further into the house as it swallows him whole.
Yep.
But yeah, so I think, Civ, as you go towards the door, like you walk through the past version of Freddy who was trying to leave at that time, I think you catch a glimpse of this future Celine as the harbinger, right? For a moment. And so what is normally just a hum of her power, it's like this huge cacophony of sound with Celine at her full harbinger power, right? But that moment like fades. And
normally that would be a big deal to me, but with the day I've been having, it's like, just add it to the pile.
I'll deal with it later.
I kind of imagine that there is like a vortex of time kind of as this sort of temporal energy is being released. I feel like time might be starting to suck in on itself, and like we all need to get to the same place, otherwise we're going to be separated. If you just walk past that, does it make sense that then you are stepping through that door and back into the same world that we are in? I mean, I don't know how that all works, but you know, you could have easily been traveling through time with your creator. Does it make sense that do you want to return? Because I'd love for you to come through a door and have Ember be there. I think
that's perfect. Yeah,
lovely.
Yeah, and I think what you see is like, ooh, Ember and Celine are standing so close to each other.
I'm sure I'll take that
door. And so Ember, you see Civ like the frozen like tear like of stone, right? And you see like Civ, have your wings grown bigger? Like, are these stone wings behind you?
Yeah, I think they have grown bigger, and I think I'm basically all stone again. There might be like, you know, at the very after the credits scene, right? We might flash to like some patch of skin or something, but yeah, like face, hands, totally stone again.
Right, and so Civ, you're about to walk out the door. Ember, what do? Do you just let them walk away?
I mean, I think I pause when I see Ember and Celine. Like, I'm not going to leave without my friends, but I just am so done. I'm so done.
Yeah, I think Ember is one for like really big. Ember is one for like really big, you know, in your face, sort of like she's just very over the top all the time. And I think in this moment, um, she's standing kind of face to face. You know, like you come to the door and she's there, and she looks at you, not surprised per se, but just like taking in all of your majesty. And instead of like reaching in to embrace or to kiss or something like that, I think the camera like just cuts down as like her pinky finger just sort of like tries to catch yours to try like to try and like wrap around yours to be like let's get out of this place, because I very much feel like we all need to leave now. Like,
yes, I would like to leave very much now.
And I think we should. I feel like we are sort of in the power and the ability to control the way that the various timelines recoalesce, and it feels to me like in one of those, our Oracle is here and trapped in the school, and we can bring her out. And I feel like it's time to do the thing that I'm forgetting, to unlock Doomstore. I feel like it's time to put everything together. Does this feel right to everyone? Like to try?
Yeah, so you have a +1.
Yes.
When you are ready to declare what the door is and how to unlock it, say what you believe it to be. So basically, there's an ancient door of power here that's related to the Oracle, right? So what we can do is, like, as players, we can just talk out the theory, right? But then, like, what happens in the fiction is one of us has a aha moment as a character, and then we see what happens. So what do we think is going on? Once again, just to review the keys, we have whoever is behind this is trying to build a kingdom by using the children's power. There are yearbooks showing that aging teens across different decades, different locations. We know there was a mother who was created to take care of the children. There's a choosing ritual where the three-headed wolf is part of that. We know Rose was chosen last time. We know that the same wolf was feeding off of Brandon's spirit and soul. So, and we know that all the children are just vessels who will have their power taken and given to Civ, so Civ can create their kingdom. And we know poor Freddy used to be a student and escaped the school, but he's forgotten everything. He doesn't remember any of this. Okay, so what theories do we have? We have some stuff in the chat, like Blake was thinking maybe that that the Maker was training his replacement, which is what Civ could be. Sean earlier talked about like feeding the god to like placate it, right? To distract it so that it won't go after Ember's mom. What else are we thinking?
I mean, I think my Civ's mom is likely the one who's been taking the kids' memories, right? Because we know that she can take memories. And we think that these students have all been the same people over time, right? It's just the school and the students sort of reset every once in a while.
And it feels like they're all doing this voluntarily. So I get the feeling that like they have to go through the choosing, this ritual where the power is harnessed, and then it's horrible. It's like everybody dies. It's a giant massacre. And so Civ's mother resets all their memories, and we come to, in another time, in another place, the same students are going through it again. I think Brendan was the one who was chosen this time, right? Like it was Rose last time. And I think that, ultimately this, all of these powers would have been bestowed upon Civ. And I feel like when Freddy got out, it created some sort of imbalance, and our Oracle was the replacement. Our Oracle was like, your mother the creator had to bring someone else in, and he was like, well, this is what I got, because he was trapped in our prison in Division. And so he's like, cool, I'm going to replace, even though Freddy got out like forever ago, it doesn't matter because we're in wazoo wonky timelines.
Yeah, timey-wimey.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, Morgan?
Yeah.
Also, do we know who the Oracle is or like where they went? Like, Are they just? Are there?
What if it was Mikey the whole time? Because we never saw Mikey's powers.
Yes.
What if the Oracle turned into Mikey, or they're
Yeah.
connected somehow?
Because I was brought
That's
the
my
Oracle and I
suggestion.
reread the notes and I was like, wait, who is the Oracle?
I think it's totally Mike, right? Yeah, I think,
Yeah.
and his powers were that of prediction, right? He always knew where to be and knew what was going to happen because
Knew what to do.
That's true. I can
Yep.
pretend I did that on purpose. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, in this timeline, he looked different, but you know, he's
Mhm.
he's the Oracle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think. Oh, go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
I think I mean I agree with like pretty much just all that's happening, but what is the three-headed werewolf spirit itself? Like what is that just is that just a creation to like haunt these children like and suck their souls or suck their spirits from them? Like is it a curse? Is it the curse from
Ooh.
my future self? And that's what I do.
I think it's
I think it's
Yeah.
your future self. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I always felt like your future self turned Freddy. Okay, your future self turns Freddy into this devouring spirit because we know he's a three-headed werewolf, and it's a three-headed werewolf. So,
It's
well,
true.
you know, so I think your future self turned Freddy, and this Freddy that we know escaped before that happened. But alternate timeline Freddy was turned into this big devourer of souls. And that's why he had to get out because he knew his future. And so he got out, but then forgot it all. You know, I think, yeah, your future self will eventually turn Freddy into this horrible monster.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great.
Which poses the idea that your future self wants to placate the god that Civ really is, wants to keep the god that Civ really is captured. I'm guessing your future harbinger self wants all the power for herself rather than to have this cosmic god have it, right? Like, I feel like, who knows? Who knows why you would want it?
Maybe.
But it definitely seems that your future self is in alignment with the creator, you know, or at least in this particular instance. Like, you work together there.
I don't want to work with that guy.
I know, he's a schmuck.
Oh,
I mean,
he's the
maybe he doesn't
worst.
like it.
He's a schmuck.
Also, I
Yeah.
just want to bring out in chat what Blake said. The guy that did ice magic, it's Ember's dad, sent back in time to save Ember from becoming her mom, but he lost some of his memory.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah.
Okay, so I feel like we have a so the final question really is, what is the ancient door of power? I feel like we could say that it's a person. I feel like it could be Brandon, right? Because they were trying to suck that power, suck that energy. But what do people think? Like, is it a place? Is it a person? Is it an event? Like, the ancient door power is something that's going to give the harbinger like power to
What if
end
it's
to help
this
end the world.
house that we're in?
Ooh.
It keeps burning down and mysteriously coming back in different forms.
Yeah, I feel like together maybe we just at this point intuitively know that there's like, say, a basement or fuck basement. It's always basements. I'm gonna say attic.
I was gonna say it's always basements.
It's always basements. I think it's an attic, and there's like a glass. There's like, it's like a peaked attic, so it's kind of smallish, and there's like in the wall there's some stained glass, and we see all of these various timelines in the different pieces of the stained glass coming through, and there's like one place where all of the timelines kind of coalesce, and we are able to sort of go there, and maybe that's where we find Brandon, you know, maybe we find him, but I feel like that's just an idea for like some location in the house where we can see all of the futures, and we can kind of see what the creator was trying to do. We can kind of see all of it coming to fruition in this.
Yeah. I like that. Okay, so it sounds like we're ready to roll. We'll see if this theory is correct or not.
Yeah.
So, Sean, since you were the one who suggested that we do this move, I think you should do the roll at a +1.
Yeah. I'm gonna I think, yes, I'm gonna roll it. Let's see how it goes. And my act, because I feel like I should be taking an action here, because I could totally get this wrong. Is we're here, we see all of these timelines coming through the stained glass. We see, actually, probably not Mikey. It's not Brandon. It's Mikey, because he's an oracle, and his oracle is there, and he's like, yes, everything is coming to pass. so that things will be as the creator wanted them. And I know this is kind of blunt force trauma, but Ember's just going to be like, no, we have our own destinies, and she's going to shatter at the stained glass window, releasing these destinies. If I'm right, we'll find out. We'll roll them bones. No, that was not the right choice.
Oh my goodness.
That was the wrong choice.
I knew we were going to end on a cliffhanger, but oh boy. Okay.
Dear viewer, you cannot see it, but it is a 4.
Oh, yes. I rolled the worst roll. Well, not the worst, but very close.
It's almost the worst, but we don't hold it.
Oh my gosh. Even with Woodmore would have been hard. Okay, so on a 7-, the door remains hidden. The theory was the wrong one. Every PC marks one ruin. And I'm also going to move forward the doomsday clock.
That's understandable.
So I'm going to say, like, as the stained glass window breaks around, as we see Mikey there standing, I think what happens is we start to see Mikey unraveling in the same way that the werewolf was. And we just see Mikey say, no, I didn't. This isn't what I wanted to happen. And Mikey looks at you, Ember, and says, please just make sure Brandon forgets me. And this monster starts to come out of Mikey, just bubbling outwards. And that's where we're going to end the session tonight. And we'll see what happens 2 weeks from now.
Ah!
Sorry, I busted it.
You know what? It's fine. This is good. This is good. This is a good twist. What a twist.
I just want to solve this damn mystery so I can have a heart-to-heart with Ember.
Sorry.
Work is getting in the way of my personal life.
Well, the good news is the next session, we should be in a place to, cool. Should we do end of session?
Yeah, sounds good. I put there as the clock, like the monster inside Mikey wakes up. Okay.
Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Awesome, love it.
Also, I did not do that. That's the.
Yep, that was not you. That was Ember.
That was not me.
Okay, but let's do end of session moves. Okay, so we'll ask like a few questions. Okay, so did you express your monstrous nature and or your humanity? I feel like this is but let's go in order. So Ember, did you express your monstrous nature or your humanity?
I mean, yes, I expressed both my humanity when I was sort of very vulnerable in several moments, both with Civ and with Celine. And then when duty called, it felt like that was the choice of be human and succumb to human feelings and be unable to stop the cosmic horror, or embrace your monstrous self. And I called upon my mother's glaive, and I sort of took that time shearing and gained hold of it and sort of called back all of my powers. Yeah, I definitely for sure did those things.
Nice.
How about you? How about you, Morgan?
Oh, sorry, you're muted.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think Celine definitely showed humanity with at least just the briefest in that emotional thing with Ember. But also, express your monstrous nature by ripping the wolf from Brandon.
That was so good.
Like you do. So
he's gonna rip it away from you. Perfect.
Yeah.
So good. And Civ, I feel like this is a strong yes.
The answer is yes.
Yeah.
I did express my monstrous nature. Yes.
Perfect. And we also saw a very human part of Civ today, I think. For sure, for sure. Okay, and then so back again to Ember. Did you learn something significant about yourself and or your impending ruin?
I don't know. I don't think I learned about my impending ruin. I mean, I don't think that like we saw a lot of Celine and Civ's impending ruin, but this time, last time I think we saw Ember's, but this time we didn't see too much of her taking the mantle of the Cinder Throne. I mean, I was kind of acting on it, but we didn't see the foreshadowing it. Did I learn something about myself? Yeah, I mean, I think my I think Ember is frightfully insecure, and she realized that when she sort of put everything when she put her fate in Civ's hands, and sort of put all that pressure on her, that like that was I want to say that Ember is like sort of keying into a little bit of how codependent and how insecure she is about like, you have to be the one to give me meaning and whatnot. And also by doing that, it's like, you're also now the one that can really hurt me a lot, even without meaning to. And so I want to hope that Ember has just a little bit more self-composure, a little bit less need to always, that moment in the end when instead of like grabbing your face and embracing you, I just kind of like hooked your finger to be like, I'm here for you, but I'm not going to try and overwhelm you in this moment. I feel like that was Ember like resisting her own urge to be
growth
like,
for Ember.
Need your face in my face.
Yes.
So
Aww.
yes.
So good, so good. Okay, and then how about for Celine? I felt like we learned about your impending ruin.
What?
You saw the Harbinger.
I don't think we did. I don't think that's what happened. Yes, that's exactly what happened.
That was so. We learned that you cursed Freddy. Yeah, so good. But yeah, so good, so good. And then how about for Civ? Did we learn something?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
We learned I am a sleeping god. We learned that my creator created me to hopefully save the life of Ember's mom. And yeah, I think we got a little taste of my impending ruin when I, fucked up time and three-headed werewolf.
So true, so true. Okay, so go ahead and mark XP. So the last one is, did you uncover at least one key of the apocalypse or attempt to unlock Doom's door? I know that that Celine got a key. We know that Ember
also got a
attempted
key.
Unlock Doom's door. But did Civ try to get a key?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so Civ, go ahead and mark one ruin. Dun, 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 dun.
That means I level up on ruin.
Oh, so there's this new special little bit that I added for ruin, which is when you mark your fifth ruin, describe a glimpse of what awaits you. What will you do as a harbinger of the apocalypse? So what do we see? This is probably the after credits scene, right?
Yeah, I think it's
Sorry, because I feel like we learn something new about our fellow monster before we get to the rune marking.
Oh, didn't we do that? Sorry, did I miss that?
Did we learn something new about our fellow monster? I don't think we did. I don't want to end on that, but I think that's the.
Yeah. No. Thank you. I missed that completely.
I can answer that question quickly. Yep, I learned that Ember and Celine will never be a thing.
Celine, did you learn something about another monster? This also includes like Brandon and Freddy, and
I would say if she saw Mickey fade away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, poor Mikey.
Yeah.
I was rooting for Mikey.
I was too.
It's okay. We can see what happens. You're all powerful monsters. Yeah, we'll see. That's true. And Civ, did you learn something about a fellow monster?
Yeah, I think, did I see a Celine's future harbinger form?
Yeah, you did.
With the light. That's what I thought. Yeah. So I definitely, yep, correct.
Awesome. With those white tattoos, very cool.
Also, I did
it.
level up my XP before I got this last one. So
Nice.
I'm in division moves now, and I'm gonna take honorary human status.
Ooh, I like. That's one of my favorites. Super cool. Who am I kidding? I wrote all the moves. They're all my favorites. Like, you know. So, but yeah, okay. Thank you so much, Sean, for reminding us. I can't believe we almost forgot that. But yeah, so we have all the proper XP. Yeah, so I'm gonna also say like a very important bit of information is that the credit song was "Tainted Love" by Soft Cell.
Yes.
So good.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
appropriate for what happened today.
what's the thing with marking your fifth ruin?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, it's like a flash forward. Like describe a glimpse of what awaits you. What will you do as a harbinger of the apocalypse?
Yeah. So it's like a ginormous version of Civ coming up from the depths of the ocean, right? Yeah. No big deal.
No big deal.
It's just Godzilla size.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And with the Tainted Low song, like as the water comes down, and we still see that frozen tear, right?
Mhm.
Oh, so good. Okay, I'm excited. Perfect. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I wanna say like we see because I saw Blake in the chat, Godzilla versus Civ versus King Kong.
Yes.
I kind of like the idea, like what do we see Civ and then Celine coming, like this huge version of Celine in full Harbinger mode, like the two of you. Anyway, I just like that glimpse. We'll see. We don't know if you're fighting or if you're going to be working together. But yeah, so that was Apocalypse Keys. Thank you so much, everybody. Shall we do our outros?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm Sean. I use he, him pronouns. I am had a lovely time playing with all these wonderful people and all these very tragic stories and all of these romances and would-be romances. Lots of apocalypse kisses. It's very good. I am tomorrow on this channel. Jay is going to be running. What is he running? It's a new game. I know what it is, and I have forgotten the name of it because I haven't seen it before, and so I need to get it in my head. Nibiru, Tales from the Penumbra. So he'll be running that tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific. And then Friday, Judd and I are coming back at 7:30 p.m. Pacific to play Traveler, Moons of Leviathan. And then Saturday, this is just such a wild ride for actual play. Saturday, Jay and Misha and Judd are coming back to play Stars Without Number, Envoys and Atlas Theta. So we have 4 straight days of actual play. And in 2 weeks, we're starting up another game too. It's just imagine that. And then knifey things. Yes. How about you, Morgan? What's going on with you?
Oh, yeah. Hi, I'm Morgan. My pronouns are they, them, she, her. You can find me at all the socials at Serena Bezos. I do a lot of actual plays like this. You can find me actually on Friday playing in A Telltale Gone All with Chimera RPG on Ryan Bolton's channel. You can also find me on Utopia TV. I do a lot of stuff with them with Donuts and Duels, which is the Kids on Brooms game. Kahania, which is our Monster of the Week setting. And then I handle Game at a Glance, where it's very chill, me hyping up BIM POC designers and their games and Kickstarters and all that stuff. Follow me on Twitter. It's easier to figure out what I'm doing. Jen, what you doing?
Yep, I'm Jen. She, her pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at 10penjen. I have a Fiasco playset coming out late summer. It is called Folly and Fortune. It is Regency playset.
Ooh.
I'm very excited about this.
Nice.
Yep, and we have Bully Pulpit has our next first Fiasco Friday happening the first Friday of May. It is 8 p.m. Eastern on the first Friday of May, which I think is the second. I don't know exactly which playset they're playing, but I know some of the guests, and it's gonna be a wild ride. I will say that. Jamie, what about you?
Yeah, so I may also be involved in dark things and shiny things that happen in the dark. We'll see what that is about. So I'm Jamie. I use they, them pronouns, and I am very blessed to be working with Evil Hat to publish Apocalypse Keys. I'm super excited about that. I just want to give a really big shout out to everyone who signed up for the open playtest and has been helping playtest Apocalypse Keys. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. You are all super, super, super awesome. Shanks in the Abyss is so good. I just saw that.
Thanks.
So good.
I have to say, Knives in the Dim Office are pretty.
That's a pretty good one too.
Oh, also, just saw that. Oh my gosh. Oh no, intended to make a hack. Anyway, no, Jamie, stop.
Stop. Don't stop. Don't ever stop, Jamie. I immediately.
Like an office version would be hilarious. Okay, and I have a few announcements. I can't quite announce just yet, but the next time we have Apocalypse Keys, I'll be able to announce it, I think. So I'm really looking forward to that. You can also follow me on Twitter at Temporal Hiccup. You can also listen to me geek out about games on the Gauntlet podcast. You can find it on Podcatcher. Last time we geeked out about the Fleet. Fleet. I forgot the name of the game. The one that's based on
Last Fleet.
Last Fleet. There we go. That's based on Battlestar Galactica. We also talked about Iron Edda. It's so good. Last Fleet's so good. And I got to geek out about Under Hollow Hills by Megway and Vincent Baker. So if you want to hear us just talk about games, you can listen to me there, one of the co-hosts. But that's it. So thank you so much, everybody. You were all super awesome. Thank you so much to chat. And shout out for all the great song suggestions and ideas. We'll see what happens next time.
The audio track of this game was epic. We would have to have played a lot for these licensing rights, but it's okay. We had a big budget for the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
100%.
This was fantastic. Thanks, everybody. We'll see y'all soon.